Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, oh, basically, what's up, man? Good morning. That's the new one I found the other day. Adding tracks to the playlist. Hey, King Ryan, good to see you this morning. This guy 2 thumbs up hype for this stream. Yeah, thanks for being hype. Man, this track might get me, like, slapped on YouTube. It's such a good remix, though. It really does! Oh my gosh, dude, it should not be hitting this hard. It's just a Chrono Trigger mix, though. I'm just kind of waiting it out. Affinity? I got you, bro. It does the thing. It tickles right in this spot right here. It does what good songs do. Got you, bro.
Welcome back.
Yo, Denali, good morning. Oh, happy Wednesday, guys. It's the middle of the week. Bro, really? Hydrate? I guess hydration is important. Those breaks, dummy hard, dude. It's such a good mix. Like I said, it does the thing. It does the thing that good songs do. It was so good. I'm glad I found it. I'm glad I was able to share it with you guys. It was a good one. Anyway, how are we doing this morning? What's everybody up to today? We got some game news to talk about. We'll get into it shortly. We got a state of play. I'm gonna drop some predictions. There will be video games. That is all. What else do we have? Well, that's pretty much it. You know, the state of play is like the big thing. We got some Pokemon news. Anybody? I didn't do a game news on Monday. We had a plumber come out Monday, and I did not think they would come by as early as they did. And so it was like 8:15. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna be there," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, I don't want to be like you know, have these guys coming in and out of like the bathroom and stuff, which where my office is right now, there's a bathroom, you know, like it's like a master bathroom, master bedroom kind of situation. We're getting ready to rearrange the whole house and move my stuff into a dedicated office. But as it stands, like they were going to be going back and forth between the bathrooms to make sure everything was working, and I was like, I can't go live with all this movement. And they didn't leave till probably 10:30. We figured out what was going on. I'm just waiting on them to get back to me on what I need to do next. It's not completely fixed. It's temporarily fixed until the problem happens again. But basically, one of the pipes that connects to the like sewer main has a belly in it, and so it's just holding water, and they go and like clear it, but it just builds back up over time. And so they ran the camera and stuff and found where the problem was. I need an estimate because it's gonna be kind of expensive for them to come dig up my front yard and fix that pipe, and we don't know whose responsibility it is. Pretty much like, is it a city thing because it connects to the main sewer, or is it a us thing because it's close enough to our house? Like, I don't know how all that's supposed to work, so I've got to find out more information, and I'm not getting the information I need at the moment. So yeah, it was a problem that has been a problem because it seems like every 6 months, or after a very like heavy rain situation, we have like some plumbing backup, and it's gross and nasty and nobody wants to deal with it. So I have to call a guy to come clear it out, and it's like, you know, every 6 months dropping $300 or $400 to have them just come unclog a pipe is a lot. And it gets kind of old. So I'm definitely tired of paying for it. So I'd rather pay more to get the thing actually fixed. So that's definitely what we're trying to do. But anyway, I was going to talk about something else before we jumped into the game news. I don't remember what it was, though. Did anybody check out Overwatch last night? Or since the update? My gosh, I had so much fun playing last night. We'll talk about that some today. That's kind of a big deal. That Overwatch... It felt like old school Overwatch last night in a big way. I had a lot of fun. I wish I had kind of more people to play with on a team, but I had fun solo queuing, and that says a lot because the solo queue experience in a lot of games has been trash. But Overwatch was fun to play solo queue last night. People were actually playing the objectives, not well, but they were playing the objectives. It kind of felt, like I said, it felt like the Overwatch 1 days before it was free to play. All right, well, let's jump into the game news. Okay. I don't know why. Let's just jump in here. I don't know why I do that. It's all just live anyway. Yeah, why would you full screen that screen and not the one I'm in? Alright, there we go. Alright, well, let's kick things off. We got PlayStation announces a new hour-long State of Play coming later this week. Well, it's tomorrow afternoon. I thought it was in the morning. It was tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, an hour-long State of Play. That's like the longest they've done ever, I think. Sony says the presentation will last more than 60 minutes. Oh my gosh, more than 60 minutes. It's probably like 62 minutes. And will feature news, gameplay, updates, and announcements from game studios across the globe. According to the publisher, the showcase will focus on a range of titles, including eye-catching third-party indie games headed to PS5, along with the latest from teams at PlayStation Studios. So I'm excited to see what Square might show. In terms of Final Fantasy, we might get 7 Remake Part 3. We might get some Kingdom Hearts news. I've been begging for some Kingdom Hearts news for a while, and that seems like the time to do it. But any time is a good time to do it. So in that regard, they could do it at any time, and I would be happy. Yeah, my biggest predictions, like I've seen people predict like Devil May Cry is supposed to show back up. They'll do Devil May Cry 6. That would be a good place to do it. I think if we're gonna talk first party, maybe they focus on the God of War series a little bit. I'm curious about new games in general from PlayStation, like their first party studios. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Because it seemed like the last time we got some stuff at the last state of play, or the stuff we saw at the last state of play, it's still a ways off from even now. So is a new trailer really? Is now the time for a new trailer? I guess is what I'm trying to say. And it might not be. It might not be. But I would just like to see, kind of what the first party's working on. We might get a new Marathon trailer, maybe a GTA 6 trailer. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna skip this or not. But they give a list of upcoming third-party PS5 games that we know about: Pragmata, Monster Hunter Stories 3, WWE 2K6, Fatal Frame 2. Life is Strange Reunion, Forza Horizon 6, 007 First Light, Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, Phantom Blade 0, and Grand Theft Auto 6. The Marvel fighting game, Marvel Pokemon Fighting Souls, which looks great. We got some more news on that. We'll talk about that in a moment. I think I pulled that article up. Apparently, we will not be getting Wolverine. Let's talk about Tokon first. PlayStation's Marvel Fighter info leaks ahead of state of play, so we were likely getting a new trailer. But new info on PlayStation Arc System Works superhero fighting game Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls has appeared online ahead of a planned state of play later this week. It confirms a 20 character roster, a single player mode. It'll feature a 64 player online lobby and require a PlayStation account on PC, which we knew that kind of going forward. 20 characters though seems kind of light for a game that's focused on team fighting and building teams. That means, the combinations are going to be kind of light. People are going to build and stack, and I wonder if this is going to be a DLC heavy game when it finally launches. But interesting nonetheless. I'm curious to see if they're going to show the full roster or leave some stuff surprised, or as a surprise for us. That could be nice. I like being surprised. Okay, Insomniac did confirm Marvel's Wolverine is not going to be at the state of play tomorrow. So that's from Twitter. Win more info, spring 2026. So they're not going to be dropping a new trailer tomorrow. That doesn't mean there's definitely not a new trailer. There could be like a trailer full of existing footage that like Sony or PlayStation marketing puts together. Maybe just as like a reminder that the release date is this year, or the release window is this year. But maybe we'll get a deeper dive or dedicated state of play for Wolverine later this year, and that will kind of drive that marketing cycle. I don't know. Lots of stuff coming for that state of play. Speaking of PlayStation, Marvel Spider-Man 2 headlining PlayStation Plus game catalog in February. So if you still haven't played this game, I still haven't played this game. But and you subscribe to PlayStation Plus, Spider-Man 2 is going to be there February 17th. So that's going to be kind of cool. All right. Riot Games says it's downsizing the 2XKO development team after a disappointing launch. Let me tell you, 2XKO from Riot, the people who make League of Legends, the only reason I know about this game is from like social media. I have not seen a proper trailer. I have not seen any banner ads. I have not seen it in a list of games that I might be remotely interested in. I've literally only seen this game on social media, like from people posting videos of them playing it or talking about it. And that's it. And then occasionally in these, like on these game news sites. And that's it. So that disappointing launch sounds like they didn't market it well enough. Because this was supposed to be like a big fighting game. And Riot, they've got a lot of weight in the games industry. But if they couldn't get people excited about their fighting game, which looked really cool, I'm curious. Will they be able to save it? They downsized the team, so that means people that just spent the last however long working on this game are done, cooked, out of here. You didn't make a good enough game because clearly people will be playing it. No, I think that's terrible. The launch was I don't know did they like do some very specific targeted ads, because I did like that I didn't see a single hype up ad for this game. I've only seen social media posts about 2XKO, so I didn't even know it was out. To be honest, I thought it was like early access or like a PC only thing, and then I'm seeing now that they've downsized the team because the launch was bad. That sounds like they just marketed it poorly. I don't know. It's a bummer. I hope everybody finds a better job that appreciates them more, because the game looked cool. But I'm not into fighters all that much, so I probably wouldn't. I'll try it. I'd like to try it. All right, let's go on. All right, so Pokopia, Game Freak has been interviewing and talking about the upcoming not Animal Crossing Pokemon Sim spinoff. Talks about how Ruby and Sapphire inspired Pokemon's biggest ever spinoff. I think the important thing I wanted to showcase here, as people are talking about this game more, it is coming up very soon. And I'm reminded of that by articles like this, where they're just kind of telling the story. Shigeru Omori, the Pokemon Company's most senior game director, fondly recalls his first role in the early 2000s, designing maps for the Game Boy Advance titles Ruby and Sapphire. And so far, people are like getting hands-on time with it and are loving it. So that's positive if you like the simulator Animal Crossing style games. I'm probably gonna pick it up anyway. I think it'll be fun to play. I just don't know how long it'll hold my attention. My kid wants it more than I do, but it's only on Switch 2, so I don't know how often she's gonna get to play it unless I get a second Switch 2, which doesn't seem like a smart move right now. But maybe before they get more expensive, right? All right. In the rumor mill, speaking of Pokemon Gen 3, Fire Red and Leaf Green are supposedly making some sort of return. Well, I guess we'll find out at Pokemon Day next week. But a leaker's made a cryptic tease for some of the most popular titles in all of gaming: Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Fire Red and Leaf Green are still among the most highly regarded games in the Pokemon series and have served as an entry point into gaming for many users. Recently, there have been numerous Pokemon leaks, including a Super Bowl ad and a significant amount of information about the Gen 10 title leaked last year. Hopefully something about these two games comes true as well. See, what would it mean? The leak about the return of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green comes through X. User Riddler Koo, their post states they will return soon and features images of the box art for both Fire Red and Leaf Green. No other details were revealed about what this return might mean, and this leaker is notorious for teasing without providing much context. There's several possibilities of what this could mean, but readers should note that this is just speculation. The first option is to add them to NSO, Switch Online plus Expansion Pass, as the only other Pokemon title from that generation is Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. The second option could be Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green HD 4K remasters, adding greater fidelity to the visuals, a better frame rate, and other upgrades for current gen consoles. I don't know about that. Like that seems like a big stretch. The last option is a full-blown Fire Red and Leaf Green remake, which could be retaining the original story and world while adding elements from new titles, just as 3D gameplay, 4K visuals, and more. See, I don't. Why are we going back to Kanto? Like, why are we doing Gen 1 again? I don't know if that's the case. I wouldn't mind if they just dropped in NSO. I don't want a full remake of Fire Red and Leaf Green. I would much rather Gen 1, 2, and 3 be released on NSO with Pokemon Home compatibility. In the end, players will have to wait for an official confirmation from Nintendo and the Pokemon Company to know whether a return is even happening, and if so, what it means. Until then, take the information with a grain of salt, which is the big key. Like, grain of salt time. Yeah, as usual with these rumors. Sorry, I got distracted by a text. Hey, Brent, good to see you. Good morning. But yeah, if these do come back, why wouldn't they just put them in NSO? The framework already exists, and I'm sure they could finagle some Pokemon Home compatibility for these games. built into the NSO app when you launch them. If not, like, what the heck? What are they doing? You know, like, there's no reason they can't do that. It's Nintendo and Game Freak. They can work it out. They can work it out. I don't know why they wouldn't. It just, unless they're just reselling them as standalone titles, that would frustrate me. I don't know that I would buy them if they were just the ROMs for sale by themselves and not just part of NSO, which I'm already paying for. It just seems silly. You know, I would hope that they come to NSO. That's the idea. If not, I mean, I guess, you know, I'll buy one of them unless they're both sold together, in which case then I'll have to buy them together. But I don't know. Maybe the leak's real, maybe it's not. You'll find out at Pokemon Day or sometime after, I'm sure. Alright, Overwatch is back, claims Surface Online, as game hits new all-time high player count. So yesterday, Overwatch received a huge update, dropped the 2, and is now just Overwatch once again. There's more focus on story and a ton of new characters. We got 5 new characters dropped yesterday. They're doing an annual kind of chapter approach as far as the game lines up. So we have season 1 right now of the current state of the game, and it was pretty good. We played it last night on stream. I had a good time. So let's see what Insider Gaming writes. Overwatch has been relaunched. The game's previous 2 has been removed from the title, and a new season of content has brought players flooding back to the hero shooter in droves. In recent hours, Overwatch managed to hit a new all-time high peak player count on Steam, soaring and prompting many to declare that Overwatch is back. Of course, it's not all good news. The last couple days, the community was wrestling with the voice actor for one of the newest characters, Anran, who used her position to push an agenda, quote, regarding unrealistic beauty standards in games. She dubbed them Ozempic chic and drew immense flack from one half of the community. So is Overwatch back? Yes, we would not be arguing about the way a character looks in any other game. It's only Overwatch that they care about such things. That's sarcasm for anybody who's not picking it up. Overwatch is at an all-time peak player count of 165,651 users on Steam in the 3 hours before writing this article. That's not just a slight climb over the previous high. It's a 120% boost. Previously, Overwatch had secured a high of around 75,000 back in 2023. Since then, it had slowly been working its way back down the leaderboard. Despite the arrival of a rebrand and a fresh season of content, plus the huge leap in players, Overwatch has managed to drop in review standings. It has a rating of mixed in recent reviews and mostly negative overall. It might be a case of users dipping back in, seeing what's what, not being impressed, and leaving again. Regardless, fans of the franchise have taken to social media platforms worldwide to declare the almighty and unstoppable return of Blizzard's hero shooter, which has fallen in and out of good graces over the last few years. Even Zed, a popular music producer and DJ with millions of followers, declared Overwatch is back on socials. That's actually really funny. Whether this resurgence is a flash in the pan remains to be seen. The 5 new characters, which include a cat with a jetpack, which is one of the funnest characters ever. I'm not going to lie, I had so much fun playing as Jetpack Cat. The new meta event and the countless tweaks might not pay off for long enough for Overwatch to be considered entirely renewed. Let's see, what do you think? Well, here's what I think. I think that they've gone to great lengths to kind of reset and kind of take a step back from what they overpromised with Overwatch 2. They realized calling it Overwatch 2 was stupid, and I'm glad they finally walked that back. Some of the things they did over the last couple of years has been good. You know, bringing the loot boxes back for leveling up was a smart thing. You know, having different tiers of them. A lot of people don't like loot boxes, but the way they work in Overwatch is it didn't matter. It was just part of playing the game. Some people bought them, some people didn't. I never felt compelled to, and they're so hidden away now that they don't matter. They're just a fun little bonus, and that's it. You know, every skin can be bought outright, and I think that's okay. That's what it should be. I didn't like the way the Battle Pass works. I'm still not a fan of the Battle Pass system, but I understand with it going free to play, that's where they're making money. Microtransactions on Battle Passes and skins and everything else. The collaborative events have been really good. Right now they're running a Hello Kitty one, and I wouldn't consider buying any of those skins, but they are adorable and very well done. So good on them for, you know, putting an effort on these collab events and doing them very well, in a style similar to the way Fortnite does it. Very respectful to the OG source, but making things fit within, you know, the Overwatch world. Fortnite does the same thing, right? They'll just dump a character into Fortnite, and if it's a short kid, they'll give them a mech suit or something, so that way it makes sense that they're as tall as everybody else. Um, and I appreciate little details like that. One thing I do like with the way Overwatch has kind of come back, is the focus on lore. They're focusing on the story again, and that's been huge because that was one thing that I personally really liked about playing through the game is you got little bits of lore here and there, but then occasionally they, with new characters, they would do these big cutscenes. They would do all the cinematics, and it was great. And they kind of backed off from it, and now it looks like they're going back to that style of storytelling, and the gameplay is just as great as it's always been. If you don't like hero shooters or whatever, there's something you don't like with the game, then you're not gonna like it. But if you like the style of game that it is, I mean, it's hard to beat it, right? Marvel Rivals is the only thing that even comes close at this point now. There's not too many other hero style shooters that do the same things Overwatch is even doing. Personally, I just played 6v6 all night last night when we played on stream. I didn't pick any other game modes. I didn't jump into anything else. I just played 6v6. It felt like Overwatch should feel. I got to play, I think, every new character except this one on the screen, this new tank. I maybe got to play her for like a couple minutes, and then I had to switch. I had to pick a different character. I didn't know what I was doing, and we were losing very badly. Or I got backfilled. Yeah, that's what happened. Now I remember. I got backfilled into a match, and I was like, oh, well, it's over. I don't have time to learn this character. And so I just didn't pick her again. But anyway, that's me rambling. I just think that the game really does feel like it's back. It didn't feel as brain dead when I was playing with other people last night in solo queue, which says a lot. Like, it felt like everybody was playing towards the objectives and not just playing team deathmatch and sacrificing team comp for some shenanigans, Anyway, it was good. It was good. I had a good time. I really am glad it's back. I did pull up this article for the season 1 patch notes. Just talks about everything that was changed. Game mode update: Clash leaving quick play. Clash has been removed from quick play, which is probably the best designed or best change to quick play. Let's see, general updates. Oh, they didn't pull in all the patch notes. Lame duck article. All right, well, never mind. All right, so let's talk about Blizzard some more. Blizzard reportedly taps our creators owner Nexon for second unannounced StarCraft shooter. Blizzard reportedly has its own internal StarCraft shooter tipped for reveal this year, which we kind of assumed was coming out, or at least going to be announced at some point. But a second StarCraft shooter is reportedly in production at Blizzard, co-developed by our creators owner Nexon. It's according to a new report in South Korea, which claims that Nexon's shooter division has begun full-scale development of a new game utilizing the StarCraft IP, which would be awesome. The existence of an in-development StarCraft shooter was first reported last year in Bloomberg. Journalist Jason Schreier's book Play Nice: The Rise, Fall, and Future of Blizzard Entertainment. However, commenting on the Korean report, Schreier claimed the Nexon project was likely unrelated to the StarCraft shooter mentioned in his book, which would mean Blizzard is planning at least 2 such projects. According to the new report, Nexon signed a content development agreement with Blizzard last year to collaborate on game-related content. It's claimed that Nexon has hired talent specifically for the project, which is reportedly being led by the popular StarCraft modder Choi Jun-ho. According to the Play Nice book, Blizzard's shooter project is being led by ex-Far Cry boss Dan Hay, who left Ubisoft in 2021 after a decade at its Montreal studio, where he was credited for overseeing the Far Cry series during its most prosperous period. More recently, a report from Windows Central claimed that StarCraft is likely to headline the September BlizzCon event, alongside new expansions for Diablo and World of Warcraft. If the reports are accurate, the unannounced games would mark at least the fourth time that Blizzard has attempted to create a StarCraft shooter, following the canceled projects StarCraft Ghost and Ares. I remember Ghost being so hyped up back in the day, and so I'm curious if they've tried to revive Ghost or if they're just trying to do something new. Anyway, I'm down for more StarCraft. I love the original. I never touched StarCraft 2, but I love the original StarCraft. So yeah, I'm down for some more games set in that universe. And shooters are fine. I'm wondering if the one from Nexon is like a extraction shooter, and the other one is more of a single player, like story based narrative shooter. Either way, I'm excited for it. It's really cool. I hope to see more on this stuff soon, and not all these announcements about work being done. I'm telling you, as somebody who talks about this stuff multiple times a week, I'm kind of bored reading that stuff is in development, but not getting any information on it outside of somebody said we're working on it. Like, that's great. I would like an official announcement. Give me a key art, a logo tease, something. You know, I just don't like all this waiting around and stuff leaking so early that it's like, oh, well, I guess I'll see it. And then I forget about it, and I'm surprised later. So I might as well just waited and been surprised when they were ready to announce it, right? Nobody else? I don't know. All right. This is the last article I have pulled up, but then we can goof off for a few minutes, just chat and hang out. Discord to introduce teen by default settings. So a recent announcement from Discord reveals new teen safety features that will be enabled by default for all users, set to launch in early March. Recently, hackers claimed they had acquired 1.5 terabytes of age verification photos, totaling 2,185,151 images from Discord. However, Discord has denied these allegations, stating there were around 70,000 users that may have had government ID photos exposed. That's not better, Discord. That doesn't negate anything. Now, new safety measures have been implemented. Discord moves to teen by default setting. The new update will make Discord a teen appropriate experience by default, which means that there will be updated communication settings, restricted access to age gated spaces, and content filtering. After the update, existing users will need to use the age verification process to get access to certain content and change settings. That's because there's a lot of Discord servers that have a lot of inappropriate material in them, which I find odd, but you know, what are you going to do? It's the internet. For age verification, Discord users will be able to either use facial age estimation or submit a form of identification. The platform will also use an age inference model that runs in the background to determine whether the user is an adult. There are some other measures that Discord is taking with this process. On-device processing, video selfies for facial age estimation never leave a user's device. Okay. No one believes that for a second. Quick deletion. Identity documents submitted to our vendor partners are deleted quickly, in most cases, immediately after age confirmation. Straightforward verification. In most cases, users complete the process once and their Discord experience adapts to their verified age group. Users may be asked to use multiple methods only when more information is needed to assign an age group. Private status. A user's age verification status cannot be seen by other users. For now. Discord will also introduce new default safety settings for existing and new users. These include content filters, age-gated spaces, message request inbox, friend request alters, and stage restrictions. They are also holding recruitment for the inaugural Teen Council, a teen advisory body that brings authentic teen perspectives into how Discord shapes their experience. We don't keep data, except the one time when it was all leaked. Yes, exactly. Like, that's my concern, is instead of creating parental controls for Discord and allowing me to set up an account that could have all that age restriction and stuff, and I determine, hey, my kid is a kid and should only be able to access like whatever servers I approve and I'm okay with, and I can also see. Instead, it's, oh, well, just scan your ID to prove you're an adult, and if you're not, you're a kid and you can't access anything or really use the app, you know, because most people are going to start locking down their servers, or a kid is a kid. It's very true. It's very accurate. but it's kind of stupid that, like, instead of doing the parental control route and giving me control over what my kids do, it's hey, you have to prove you're not a child, and once we determine you're not a child, you can access Discord like normal. You know, until then, we don't know. Good luck getting age verified. And if it gets leaked, it's not our fault. You agreed to give us your data. It's like, I don't know why this bugs me so much, except it feels like they're going the long way around to solve this problem. And that doesn't make much sense to me at all, to be honest. And I'll leave it there. That does it for the game news. We can still talk about this. I'm just not going to be in news mode to chat about it anymore. It just bugs me that they're doing this, like, whole age verification thing, and I'm just kind of burned on having to submit IDs and proof of things, and I don't know where it's going. I don't know who's storing it. I don't know how long it's going to be stored. They couldn't even commit in their statements to how long it was going to be stored. It's just quickly, shortly after. It's like, what does that mean? Is that a month? Is that a week? Do you do daily deletes? Is there like a rolling window? Like, what's the goal? They're not going to tell you because they've got to make their little money off the data first. And then, and only then, will they delete it. So are kids supposed to speak? Well, okay, so if I'm going to be real honest, kids under 13 really shouldn't have access to Discord or the internet at large, aside from, school-related responsibilities and, heavily restricted gaming. I don't think kid-friendly chat rooms are a good idea, if that makes any sense. However, I think parental controls and heavily curated and monitored applications are the only way you're going to make a safe space for kids to use the internet. But even then, those get exploited and infiltrated by people who don't need access to those things, but somehow get them anyway. And that's where I'm just tired of it. It's like this stuff is traceable, trackable. You guys know when somebody's not acting like they're supposed to act. And y'all don't, like, the authorities don't do much about it, or they might get one or two, but kids online are still largely at risk because they don't know any better. I even in stream chats, depending on the game, and it's usually when I play stuff like Fortnite, we'll get kids that come in and just start dropping their age or where they live, and it's like, stop doing that. I have to go and delete it, right? Because it's like, hey, you can't do that. You need to stay safe. There are people who are, like, on the internet trying to do the most harm, and you need to stay away from those people. We should ban everyone from talking. Then no one can say inappropriate things. I agree. Just we'll start with you, Denali. Timeout indefinitely. I'm not gonna ban you. You can still watch the stream. You just can't participate anymore. No, but that's like what they do. They'll be like, I'm 13. My name is Kevin. My mom's name is Patricia. And it's like, why are you giving me all of this information? Stop it. Oh, no. The problem is, when you time out Denali, he loses his mod sword. Nice use of that, though. Wait, did it delete his chat messages too? I didn't think a timeout would do that. That's new. I might need to revise how the timeout works. I don't know if I have control over that, but that's funny. For a minute too, no less. Nice job, Base Guru. We finally get some engagement in chat, and somebody has to go and ruin it. Trying to be funny made more work for you. It did, but I set it up. I knew that. I didn't realize it until. Emotional, damn it. Very much emotional damage from Denali. He's hurting. Dry hydrate. No drinks for 5 minutes. Oh no. But my coffee. My credit card number. Yes, exactly, Squid, dude. It's insane what these kids get up to. It's like, y'all stop. Stop giving me this information. Wow, I found a way around it. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. You beat the system. That's amazing, dude. That's amazing. The timeout should be over. It's been 100 points per message, right? Pay to speak, dude. That's capitalism. Is anybody got any interesting game news that I might have missed? I don't remember what I was going to talk about Monday. Did we watch the Horizon Hunters Gathering trailer on Friday last week? I don't remember if we watched it together. Trying to figure out. Oh man, there's like not a good site. I miss Screw Attack and GameTrailers.com. There used to be a site that just did trailers, and now there's like nothing. Yes, it was boring. Yeah, the art, it's getting a lot of criticism. Art style is dookie. Oh, you know, one thing we didn't talk about was Microsoft's PC ambitions. You time out. Come on yourself. I don't know. We got beat to it. You could try. I can't time out myself. Games I'm playing are so old, so I don't know what I'm looking forward to. That's kind of how I feel. You know, I've been playing. Well, really, what have I been playing? Not super old stuff. I've been trying to work through this Pokemon ZA DLC, and I keep getting distracted. And then last night we played Overwatch. So there was that. Okay, Denali, I got you your mod sword back. Well over 100k points. It's hard to use them all at this point. I need to come up with... I need some new channel point ideas. We had some good ones that I took down in my sticky notes. We got most of them implemented. But there's still some that like I'm not sure about. Hydrate. But anyway, I'm so excited for the state of play just because I like catching the new announcements and stuff. That's what I'm looking forward to. It's just whatever's announced. I'm still trying to find a decent priced PS5 Pro. Random gift from Steam inventory for 100k. I don't even have a Steam inventory. Will I stream it? The state of play? Yeah. It'll be tomorrow afternoon. It starts at 4 p.m. Central. So I'll be finishing up work. I'll start a little early. I'm just kind of hanging out here right now. I have work stuff I need to do, but I don't feel like doing any of it. So I'm just kind of hanging out here chatting with you guys and seeing what's going on. Fear-demic? That looks stupid. That just counts as promotion, but what you got, Squid? Need some single player recommendations, right? I really, basically, I think you'd like Final Fantasy 16 if you like fantasy games. The RPG-ness of it is very limited. It's more of an action game than it is an RPG, so it's not like a turn-based thing. It's really fun. Story's really dark too. The drought is over. Oh gosh, I've been like sipping on stuff and ignoring it. I need an on-screen timer or something to remind me. I also need to finish Horizon Remastered so I can play Horizon 2. I need to start Spider-Man Remastered so I can play Spider-Man 2 and play Miles Morales because I've not played any of those. I've only played the first one, and I just want to replay it before jumping into the sequels. But I don't think I'll stream those games. Those are just things I want to play in my own time. I'll try to see what else is going on. Spider-Man 2 is mid. Horizon 2 is good so far. Yeah, I need to check it out. Let's see. There's really like nothing. There's no trailers from anybody else. I'm really excited for Pokemon Day. Did anybody catch the Pokemon ad during the Super Bowl? It didn't show, it wasn't anything. It was pure nostalgia bait. That's all it was. Remember when you liked Pokemon and you were a little kid and then you still have your favorite Pokemon? That's all it was. Lenovo's giving away Steam keys for Just Die Already in 1 hour. Interesting. I've been checking a bunch of free keys sites that I use for like content creator stuff, but I haven't gotten keys in a while, and I don't know if it's me. I think I really need to start like focusing down on what I'm streaming and covering as a content creator. I think I'm doing too many things and it's not working out. I think I'm spread too thin between games and game news. And then the shorts. Shorts lately, I haven't been including too many clips. But it's okay, I guess. I have a couple that I took from last night's Overwatch session that I might share that were pretty fun. So happy Yamal chose the Zygarde. Permission to send a direct link to... Oh, just send it on Discord. I'm not going to open up links on Twitch. Just put it in the Discord and that would be fine. This site always wants me to get a code for my email, but then it takes 10 years for the email to show up. Yeah, let me open up Discord. I thought about setting up a chat channel that could show up on stream for like subs and members, so that like those messages could maybe be shown, like that chat could be shown on stream during a like game news or whatever. But I don't know if that's like a good idea. Huh. I did sign up for this site. Okay, hold on. How do you not have my password? So I totally made one. see what's going on there. Okay. Ah, okay. I did the creator site. This is just like a gaming site. Interesting. I have to enter this code. Hold on to get this code. Interesting. I don't know what Just Die Already is, but cool. Interesting. Lenovo does all sorts of stuff. What site? What site are we talking about? The one that doesn't send me the... Yeah, I saw Heavy Rain. That's kind of cool. The one of the sites that I use for creator keys is called Keymailer. And then the other one's Lurkit. There are others, but I don't know all of them. Those are the ones I use the most. Yeah, still not seeing any like big updates right now. I think it's something I should have talked about. Hold on, there's a Windows Central article we need to go over. I'm trying to find it. This is like very recent. Dang, I'm out of coffee. Ah, well, I guess it doesn't matter. It was about the next Xbox and how it's gonna run Windows, but then have like a Xbox mode that runs Xbox Series, Xbox One, 360, and original Xbox games. I thought that was kind of cool. It's kind of what we knew, but just nice to see some confirmation that we're moving in that direction. So yeah, emulator, right? What I'm really excited for is for that to get cracked and people figure out, oh, we could just run 360 games on PC without a third-party emulator. We can just use Microsoft emulator, and it's gonna work. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there today. I'm gonna go get started on work, I suppose. But thank y'all for hanging out. I appreciate people being here. We're gonna raid somebody. Who are we going to send it to this morning? Let's send it to... Y'all can go support Lizzie. Or Devoraya. I never say her name right. So, Lizzie. Alright, and y'all have a great day. I will see y'all later? Tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow. So, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love you. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.
You know what they say, all toasters toast toast.